Hi everyone, I'm doing a reading today. It's a collective reading for the new moon in Virgo on Friday the 15th of September, and that should be at 2:39 a.m. British Summer Time. As you'll see at the time of viewing this video, that the individual weekly check-in videos are up for the individual zodiac signs, and I've focused on the theme of all the Virgo energy within those readings as well. So we've also got Mercury going direct on Friday the 15th, but that's in the evening. And the sun is still in Virgo, so it's still Virgo season 2. So what I mentioned in those videos, and it's relevant here as well, is that we might be looking at themes at present about what's working in our lives, what's not working, and what can we learn from that. We might be considering if things are efficient enough. We might be looking at new strategies, new solutions, new choices. We might also be considering our relationship with our resources and security, our day-to-day sort of routines and where we give. So that's like a Six of Pentacles energy, that give and take and how we're of service. So Virgo is, I've always praised Virgo. I know quite a few Virgos, and I always praise them because I'm like, how the hell do you manage so much stuff and deal with so many things? But they're a mutable sign, so they are very adaptable. And being an earth sign, I consider that, I mean, I know that they're ruled by Mercury, but I would say that Virgo is probably very good at adapting to physical change. The other mutable signs are Gemini, Sagittarius and Pisces. So I would then say that Gemini, being the air sign, is probably very good with intellectual change. Sagittarius may be very good with, as a fire sign, is probably good with spiritual change. And Pisces, I know Pisces is quite spiritual as well, but I would say they're a heavy water sign, so they're probably very adaptable when it comes to emotional change. But anyway, here are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for the reading today. And with this Lantern Oracle book, I'm not going to be pulling a message. I actually have a message that I was doing a personal reading and it came out, and I just thought this is a very Virgoan kind of energy. It made me think of the Knight of Pentacles, because I think of the Knight of Pentacles as being very diligent. They take their time to commit and follow through with a plan. They take things step by step. They're not rushing through anything. They're willing to learn. And I just felt it was a really valuable message. So it's this card number 36, Confusion. Hopefully you can see that. And it says, growth hurts, heals, and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. So I'm going to read this message to start off the reading. Before I get into anything else, because I just feel like it's a really good message. I've been trying to figure things out a lot in my own head about my life, about my day-to-day life at the minute, and I just thought, it hasn't given me the answer, but it's kind of made me consider how I can get the answer and just what to do next. So the message says, at some point we all encounter feeling at a loss as to what to do next. Our mind can become as conflicted as the advice we receive. Our emotions can polarize and overwhelm us to the point of distress, especially when the stakes seem too high to risk making a mistake. Our belief that there is a right choice or answer that will prevent all that we fear from happening can be paralyzing. Fear has the power to stop us in our tracks, especially when what seems logically right is at odds with what feels emotionally safe. For example, one choice might seem to guarantee safety and security but feel uncomfortably compromising. In a state of distress, it is hard to get clear on what our spirit self is guiding us to do. We may feel helpless and without any available choice that feels authentic. What is best and truly possible for us is rarely as clear as hindsight reveals it to be. When we need clarity the most, it would be helpful to remember that recognizing that we do not know what to do is a necessary step in the process of realizing what to do. Acknowledging the not knowing is the way to figuring out our next authentic move in navigating a way through any bewildering predicament. A solution is not found in making one right decision, but rather the result of many small and consistent choices, actions, thoughts, and behavior changes. This is because significant problems are born of a web of threads that are not quite right for us. It requires us to dismantle, clear, and replace each thread one by one with a new and right one for us. This process of dismantling, clearing, and replacing is what is significant and sustainable change and clarity are. We create our solutions cumulatively by simplifying the complexity, removing it, and deliberately choosing something else. Clarity often comes at the cost of making at least one mistake, wrong turn, or failure along the way. For most, it takes making many. This is how we typically learn our way forward. Mistakes are preferable to remaining on the ground defeated. Failures are gifts, lanterns if you will, illuminating our true direction. We need to know better to see and do better. That is why every perceived error is actually part of what is a correct step forward in your direction. It shows you your true way. Trust yourself for any current confusion you are facing. Place the hand that you write with on your heart and receive what knowing arises in you to do next. If part of this knowing is to seek the advice, support, or assistance from an appropriate other, do so. The featured crone supports you in committing to taking one small step at a time on your terms and at your own pace as you enter into ever-increasing clarity and confidence. And the crone's message says, when we know that we have no idea what we are doing or what direction to take next, we begin to find out. And for me, what stands out here is about the solution being, it's not in making one right decision, but the result of many small and consistent choices, actions, thoughts, and behavior changes. Yeah, I found that really helpful. I mean, as I say, it hasn't literally given me the answer, but it's just helped me. I don't know, it just feels really helpful and reassuring, and I think it will help me to move forward. So I will definitely be leaving this message out on my tarot table, because I often have cards from oracle decks or the tarot decks that I'll keep out and use them to sort of focus, to help me focus and resolve problems. So yeah, but I'm going to start getting the spread out now. I'm going to start with oracle cards today, and I'm going to start with the oracle of the shapeshifters. So we'll see what comes out there. To me, this also feels like a very Virgoan deck. I mean, it's shapeshifters, isn't it? So it's adaptability again. So let's see what messages we get from this one and see if that can help us to navigate the new moon and all the Virgo energy, and use that energy as well to help us. So what does the collective, and I'm trying to focus on the collective. I know I can get into specific storylines or details sometimes, but we need to think about us as a we. So what do we the collective need to know? That is a lot of cards. I think I'm going to try that again because so many came out, and it took the candle out as well. So yeah, the candle keeps on getting a lot of attention from the cards this time, so just bear with me. Let's get the cards together. Okay, I'm just going to relight my candle as well. Okay, let's try that again. I don't know if I should try and do this off screen, because it's just very awkward shuffling some of these big decks. Let's try it and see what happens. If I still can't get a good shuffle out of this, then I'll do it off screen, because as I say, some of the decks are quite hard, and because of the angle of the tripod and everything, it's can be a bit awkward. So what do we as the collective need to know regarding this new moon? Okay. Oh, that's a lot. I mean, I'm not going to be reading these out of the book, so I think I can trust them. It's just fitting them all on the table. Right, we have, after sadness, happiness and hope return. We have, a magical protector is there for you. We have strange companions in stranger places, challenges, use your imagination. Okay, this came up for a personal reading for me. Snake Princess, the Serpentine Path to Power. And that is a very spiritual card. I mean, it even goes into talking about mediumship. So, right, Little Wolf Girl, it is all right to be alone. That's that hermit energy. I'll show you the book again just to make a point. Mermaid in a pond, in a koi pond, rediscover your individuality, become the dragon. I actually think these are all relevant. I know it's a lot to take in, and I will need to sort them out so they're not taking up the whole table. But yeah, if you look at it's got a wolf on there. I mean, I consider myself to be a lone wolf as well. So I suppose whenever I look at that and see the wolf, I always think of kind of hermit energy. But yeah, so let's see if I can organize these cards, because I'm going to need space to put everything out. So Just make sure I can actually see them as well. So we'll put them down the side. I only intended to get 3 cards, but okay. So I think that will kind of do. And I don't even know if you can read those because there's so many of them. So yeah, I'm just going to have a look over them again and see what stands out. So individuality, that stands out. Yeah, you've got it's all right to be alone as well, and that can come with individuality, can't it? Is that you may be alone if you're rediscovering your individuality. Magical protection stands out there, a loyal guardian. So you may have, if you believe in spirit guides, angels, ancestors, or you might have someone physically in your life that's helping to support at the very least and protect you. After sadness, happiness and hope return. If you've been through a difficult time, you may be coming into a time now where things are improving, hopefully. Challenges use your imagination. I mean, there's not an answer. It's not given a specific answer, but we'll see. So let's get some life purpose cards as well. I do like these cards actually, but I don't use them in generals. I've used them once since I've been recording videos, and that was specifically for a life purpose reading. But I thought today it feels like another Virgo type deck, so I thought let me just use it and see what comes out, see if there's anything useful in it. So let's try that. What do we need to know? Is there anything helpful? Strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. And that to me sounds, it's a very Virgo type message. I just feel like a lot of the Virgos that I know, they've been through a load of shit basically, and they just come out of it very strong somehow. Not to say it was easy for them. They've had tough times and struggles, but they just seem to stand strong all the time. So anything else? What was that? Yoga. Let's try that again because it didn't quite jump. Anything else? Maybe nothing else. Doesn't seem like it wants to tell us anything else, does it really? Okay. We have speaker. Your life purpose involves your skills of oration. So we may have people out there within the collective, and it's not even for me. Yes, it could be that you have a role speaking. You could be like a life coach or something like that. But it's just about you speaking in general, like speaking out on the things that you believe in. I would say is a main point. We also have options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. So if you're thinking of changing your career or just your routine in general, even if it's in the same career but doing things a bit differently, that might be relevant to you as well. Okay, I hope you can see all of those. And I'm looking at these cards here and I'm contemplating, are there any of them that I want to read? Because I know, I know it's long to read all of them. We'll be here all day if I read all of them. But I'm just thinking, are there any that I want to at least read, like the divination message from? I'm contemplating. I think I may read that Strange Companions in Stranger Places card, challenges user imagination. And that's a 28, so again, that boils down to a 10, which is the ending of a cycle. I might read the Serpentine Path to Power card as well. The other ones are quite self-explanatory, but I really feel like this one and that one. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. If you don't want to listen to it, just fast forward through the video. But yeah, I feel like that's important. The other ones are pretty straightforward, but these two are standing out to me. So I'm going to read these. Because Virgo, it's about finding solutions, isn't it? So it might help to find solutions. So 4 and 2 boils down to a 6, doesn't it? Right, let's do this one first. Strange Companions in Stranger Places. And it's making me think before I even read it, and I don't know if I've had this message before in a reading. I may have, and I can't remember, but it's about possibly about your network. and making new friends and possibly stuff like that. But we'll see. Let's have a look at the message. Or finding your tribe possibly, but let's see. So how much of it am I going to read? You know what, let's read the whole thing. And as I say, if you don't want to hear it, then just fast forward until you see me pick the cards up and start doing the spread. So, one of the great, wise, shape-shifting animals is the fairy tale being. These beautiful creatures are full of complexities, and they travel through perils and uncertainties, following their own journeys until they have learned a bright lesson about life, surviving, and becoming oneself. Sometimes we forget, with all their sweetness and beauty, the powerful journeys beings like Snow White and Alice in Wonderland take. Even after their well-known journeys are complete, they often have to take new journeys, ones we never hear of. In this card, two beings you probably know well now have a new adventure. They have been heroic separately in the past, and they will be heroic together now with the help of their animal companions and allies, their wits, their lessons from other journeys, and their newfound friendship. Even in these odd surroundings, they never expected this to happen, but neither did you. Your own fairy tale adventure, dramatic, dark, shadowy, and wild, is about to begin in an unknown world. Embrace this great adventure. You have help and enough imagination, daring, and brilliance to pass every test. And before I continue, I'm just getting a weird thought and image in my head of Thelma and Louise. I don't know if anybody's even heard of that film, but that's what these two are making me think of. And it's making me think at the end of the film in Thelma and Louise, they spoiler alert, so if you don't want to know, skip this. They're being chased by the police chase, and they drive off a cliff because they don't want to go to jail. So it's a long story, but yeah, they'd rather drive off a cliff together as friends in solidarity than face jail. And it's making me think the continuation of their story. Imagine if they drove off the cliff and they drove into some kind of portal into a parallel universe or something, and they were able to continue their journey. I don't know why that thought came to mind. It's a really, really weird one, but I haven't even thought about that film in like, I don't even know how long, probably decades. But yeah, anyway. Right, so the rest of the message says, Einstein, one of your wise ones, said that imagination is more important than power. How true this is. There is nothing on this planet that was not born of a dream or a wayward thought, including we too, who were born out of separate imaginations, but who live on and grow more and more powerful thanks to the millions who believe in us and our stories, and whom we, in turn, inspire. So now, like us, you find yourself amid strange times and places. What a journey we have had. How tired we all are, how awed by our new surroundings, this strange new world we find ourselves a part of. Yes, we have travelled, we are far from home, and we are wandering lost, but we are oh so alive because of this delicious uncertainty. We are glad we have taken this strange path and accompanied you on this fascinating voyage into the unknown. We wish you to know that life is one long metamorphosis, changing shapes and forms. That's that adaptability again, isn't it? Always seeking the authentic self and the experience of who we truly are, which is to experience the divine. For a time, you lost your power. You even volunteered to give it up. You trusted friends you thought knew best, teachers who seemed to know everything, and adults who acted like they have lived forever. Even now, making decisions in this strange place with stranger new friends seems daunting. Even now, you're tempted to just give up, to follow friends and fashion, to party and forget your cares. Anything, anyone, they all seem better than knowing your own power and being responsible for it. Do not give up on your own ability to make great choices, to use the unlimited power of your creativity and imagination, no matter how new and unknown everything and everyone is at this time. Oh yes, this world is strange, but so are we, and so are you. This world and we who are in it are also beautiful and full of fresh new promise. You have all that you need within you. That's a common theme in tarot and spirituality, isn't it? You have all that you need within you. And that's Hermit. Inner knowing, isn't it? Hermit and High Priestess. The compass of your heart and your shining creativity will guide you now through the wilderness of the unknown. I like that, the compass of your heart. And that sounds a bit corny, but it's cute. The divination message says you have a great power within you. The power of your creativity, your imagination, and your dream self. You are going through great changes and it seems like you have no power, but if you use your imagination, if you get truly creative about how to deal with new people and places, who you can be and what you are capable of, you will shine. You also have beautiful, strong allies who have accompanied you on this journey and who will not leave your side. They may bring inspiration for drawing, for daydreaming, brilliant stories, for knowing how things should look, for being able to write the most ethereal music, or for dancing as light as a feather. Whatever your gift, use it to head into and become more familiar with this new territory and explore this strange new place where you have chosen to begin a new life for yourself. No more hiding. The adventure is one which is taking place now, and you are part of it all. There will be unfamiliar sights and emotions, and a great many strange feelings will come up for you as you wonder. But there will also be riches, mysteries, cultures, great artistic moments, and the chance to create a world for yourself. A world you have imagined into your life. You are not alone on this journey. Reach out with your hands and feel the protective warmth of all the beings that have been imagined into life. And danger. Oh yes, there will be danger. Snow White and Alice know all about that, but all is well. How could it not be as you live this new life in this full and wonderful way, with your great creativity and your courage in full bloom? That was a long bloody message. But in terms of the allies, I mean, we got that card about it's all right to be alone and rediscover your individuality. So that's kind of a contradiction there. I mean, it may be a case here of finding new allies. That might be something that's relevant. In helping you to sort of create a new reality for yourself. So, and what else stood out here? Oh, I forgot, I can't find it. Oh, no more hiding. That message has stuck in my head before reading this. No more hiding has stood out. So anyway, let's move on to that Snake Princess, the Serpentine Path to Power message, and I hope that isn't as long as that one. Okay. It is quite long, to be honest. So again, if you don't want to hear it, then just skip forward until you see me start to get the tarot cards out. So it says, associated with the goddess worshipped in the matriarchal cultures of Minoa and venerated by many peoples, including the Hopi, the snake is life itself. It is the marriage of the heavens and the earth, and it symbolizes the union of masculine and feminine. The snake is your spine, your DNA and your nervous system. It is the ancient serpent Kundalini knowledge that has been denied for over 2,000 years and now returns. It may be time for you to carry a staff. I'm only laughing about the staff because one of the readings I did yesterday, and for the life of me I can't remember which one it is, it's one of the individual zodiac sign readings for the week. There was something about someone standing their ground and needing to be very protective towards themselves, and a lot of the cards within the reading, including the oracle cards, they had like a staff or a wand that they were holding like for protection, so that's why that's kind of made me laugh. But anyway, time for you to carry a staff or a sacred tool around which the snake mother can twine and speak with you. You deserve to let this energy flow into you, for it is the ultimate energy of rebirth. It is time for you to shed the skin of fear and conditioning, yet to use still your own wits. The snake will support your intelligence, and the goddess will support your true self-love and acknowledgement. You are about to receive knowledge of healing, of ancient times, of the beauty of what lies beneath the underworld with all its wisdom of crystals, minerals, and ancient worlds. Speak and show who you are. That's that no more hiding message again. But let's continue. You will not bite, you will grow strong, you will not poison, you will inform us all with your brightness and illuminated apple, which when opened will reveal the 5 seeds of wisdom. Do not refuse the apple, do not heed the fear, transform and heal. The propaganda about the snake and the serpent goddess, that's the story of Adam and Eve, isn't it? Has led us to fear this creature and our deep, wise, ancient self, and to forgo many blessed forms of connecting with the divine and with our own DNA. It says, I am not Eve. Before there was anything at all, there I was. From me, all things come, and to me, all these things will return. I am the tongue of the world and the one whose eyes never shut upon your existence. I give birth to the cosmic egg, and from that creation pours I move in the trees, through the air, along the earth, into her depths, and through water. I am what comes before all else, and I will speak again and again, and you will know the ancient ways and words. You say there is fear? Ah, yes. They tell a fantastic tale about me, do they not? They tell you that I am whispering secrets that must not be told, that these deep secrets and this wise fruit are banned, and that the price of nourishing yourself with ancient wisdom is banishment, humiliation, and pain. That would be hell, wouldn't it? The tale was never true. The only truth was in your belief in it. The snake and the serpent are your ancient wisdoms, your instinctual knowledge and your belief that you as a human being are good enough, born innocent, and have no need of carrying this burden of sin anymore. My home is the tree of the world where all souls flow from. Your soul is nurtured by my presence and the wisdom of the tree. Eat of our fruit, it is your soul nourishment, and do not let the fears and the lies you have been taught be the reason you deny me. The divination message says you are being healed and given guidance from the serpent goddess, who is the originator of all life. You are a keeper of the old ways. You are one who cannot flee these changes, so you must use your power with great discrimination and precision. You have great powers of divination and may have associations with the ancient Pythia or Pythia, the oracle of Delphi. Initially, the Pythia or Pythoness was the oracle of the goddess, and over time the Pythia transformed into the oracle of Apollo. But the Pythia remained the guardian of the serpentine way. It may be time to walk a labyrinth, to forgo the linear, dualistic view of the world, and to begin to live in a more feminine, organic, undulating way. This is a wonderful time to learn ritual dance, to explore what skin it is you must shed, to observe the rites of ancient cultures, and to acknowledge that you too are one of the people of the serpent. This is a good and sacred thing, as these people are ancient and wise ones who are bringing back serpentine wisdom so we can bridge the gap between the deep earth and the highest of heavens again. You are also able to communicate with the dead, a talent of the very wise and some say the very brave. Please explore this talent if this card comes forth, as an ancestor is willing to share great knowledge with you. With this knowledge you will be free and will regenerate the ancient secrets kept hidden too long. You are strong enough. Worthy enough. And that again was another long message. And funnily enough, this card, I think I mentioned this one came up for me in a personal reading as well, and I said it mentioned mediumship. It's funny because I think it was last night I somehow ended up with something in my feed where somebody had made a video criticizing tarot, saying that it's demons. I know there are some people, often religious people, that believe the messages come from demons, and saying if a tarot reader tells you that someone in your family is going to die, it's demons giving the message. Now realistically, I mean, maybe I'm a bit naive, but I've watched a lot of tarot videos. I've followed tarot for like 5 years. The majority of tarot readers I've ever observed blatantly refuse to predict death in general. Most of the messages are about growth. They're just generally trying to help people. It's not all about predicting future events and stuff like that. So this thing about, oh, if a tarot reader tells you someone's going to die, I mean, I don't even want to know if somebody's going to die, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have had premonitions of announcements, not the actual death, of announcements of death, where I've thought I'm going to hear that such and such has died or someone's died or something to that effect. And then I've immediately or very soon after received a message. But most tarot readers, the ones that I've seen, they don't even want to know. They don't want to do it. If they ever talk about death, it's a death that's already happened. So yeah, I don't know, use your own discernment. Yeah, I'll leave it at that, to be honest. But yeah, okay, after a bunch of long messages, let's get into this reading. Let's just get the cards back in order, shall we? Okay, so let's get the tarot deck out and let's get a main theme for this, a main focal point. So the main focal point, it might be any new intentions that we might want to focus on, anything that's not working collectively in our lives. But let's have a look. Let's see what comes out, and let's hope that the cards stay on the table ideally and don't knock the candle out again, as most of the cards seem to want to. They've got a vendetta against the candle. this time round with recording the video. So what's the main theme for the collective at present regarding this new moon in Virgo and all of the other Virgo energy around us, please? Okay. We have the Five of Wands. So that's like, this card is like blatantly a tug of war to me whenever I see it. Let's get the energy of the collective in this, please. All right. Yeah, this way. Queen of Wands. I mean, that's good. I like that, and it makes sense. I have an idea of what that's about, but it does make sense already to me. Let's get any external or surrounding energies that might be impacting things, whether it's a person, situation. I was going to say the universe too. We've got Three of Swords, and that still makes sense to me. Any past energies that are relevant regarding this situation? We have Nine of Cups and Seven of Pentacles. That makes sense. Let's move these down as well, actually. I don't know why I've got them that high up. The current energy around this. Too many. Try that again. Right, Six of Swords completely makes sense, and that card showed up a lot in the individual readings too. Any potential, I was going to say potential future energies, Ten of Pentacles, I'll take that. And any guidance. Two of Cups, that's beautiful. That was quite relevant as well. So I'll do a brief, like a summary of what I can see, and then I will get clarifying. So, the main theme, I mean, I did say it's about setting intentions and what's not working. There's a tug of war here, blatant tug of war. There could be a spiritual aspect to it. And I do feel one thing that came to mind was like witch hunt. Yes, maybe it is because I saw that video about people condemning and demonizing tarot. But the Queen of Wands, she's like the witch of the tarot, isn't she? She can be known as the witch of the tarot. She's got strong... I mean, I know she's often talked about as like being in the spotlight and being very attractive, but one's a spiritual. So there could be something here regarding spiritual beliefs. The external energies is an energy of pain, disappointment, whatever. So yeah, the word witch hunt came to mind. But what I'm really seeing is a conflict, possibly between your beliefs, the things that you want to do, and outside forces, basically. Whether that's people, society, whatever. Here, past energies, I mean, this is about what you want to invest in, or considering the things that you want to invest in that will be pleasurable and satisfying to you. Current energies is one towards moving peace. And I notice now more often, I mean, I've noticed it before, that there's assistance here. We often talk about it being, moving towards calmer waters, but there's always somebody moving the boat along, aren't they? It's like, I mean, there's how many ones are here? Four swords in here. So it's like they're helping to bring the peace, and then the two swords there are still, I guess, your decisions. Two of Swords, your decisions that you need to make. But yeah, there's assistance here. I've noticed that a lot more often. Ten of Pentacles in the future. I mean, that's abundance, that's stability. So again, that's that would be things like your day-to-day life, wouldn't it? I mean, you would want your day-to-day, hopefully, to be stable, to be abundant. Two of Cups, again, for me, that's like support. It feels like support, or just connecting with things that match your energy, that are emotionally balanced and emotionally fulfilling. So let me begin to clarify now. That Queen of Wands to me as well, she would be the person that speaks out. I would say she's strong. I mean, she's Aries, but Aries to me is a strong sign. Rediscover your individuality. She wouldn't be afraid to be herself. I know sometimes people might say, and it's probably more so if she's in reverse, that she could be seen as fake, but upright, she wouldn't be afraid to show who she is and hide. She's powerful, isn't she? Wands again. I know that water's often seen as to do with creativity, but wands are to do with creativity as well. So using your imagination to overcome challenges. That sad, the Three of Swords there. You've got after sadness, happiness, and hope return. This could be loneliness, an energy of loneliness around you potentially, but we'll clarify it and see what comes out. So let me just shuffle the clarifiers, just bear with me. If you are still here after those long oracle cards. So Five of Wands is a main theme relating to the new moon, potentially any intentions. What do you need to know about that Five of Wands? We have the Queen of Cups, so I'm going to put it here. Anything else? What else do you need to know about that Five of Wands as a collective? That's a lot of cups already. Anything else? There's definitely a tug of war. I feel like it's other people involved as well. But I would say there's a tug of war relating to how you feel about what you want to create. Maybe the conflict is because of other people's interference. Maybe it's beliefs that you have. Anything else? Maybe you feel like no one believes in you and your dreams, possibly. And again, I'm trying to think of it as a collective reading. That would be mental restrictions, Eight of Swords. So it could be a conflict between your thoughts and your feelings on what you want to create, because the Magician is in between, and he doesn't feel sinister today. He has been feeling sinister quite often, but today he doesn't feel sinister. He just feels like he's trying to manifest and create something. Let's get one more clarifier for that Five of Wands. Five of Cups. That Five of Cups feels the same as the Three of Swords, which isn't surprising because they're both connected to like pain and disappointment. The Three of Swords, it's swords though, so that would be the mental impact it has on you, that it remains in your mind. And then the Five of Cups is the internal, the emotional feeling of the disappointment and pain. But if anyone's depressed as well, because that was something, a message that came through earlier today as well when I was just going about my business about depression, the connection between depression and spirituality. I mean, people talk a lot about keeping a high vibration and you have to have a high vibration to manifest and blah, blah, blah. But then at the end of the day, what about when people are depressed and suicidal? Are they like exempt? It means that their vibration is low or that they can't manifest. And then going even deeper than that, what about when people are mentally ill? Like if someone's bipolar, they have paranoia, basically their mind is just complete confusion. Like, are they like exempt from having a high vibration because their mind is scrambled? Like, how does that, if anyone has any answers to these or any links, I would be completely interested, because that has been playing on my mind this morning, just thinking, are these people who have any kind of mental disorders, conditions, diagnosis, are they exempt from like manifesting and high vibrations? I don't know. I'd be grateful for any information on that. But yeah, there's a conflict between the mind and the emotions here, it looks like, and happiness and sadness. And I mean, I guess we'll get more into it, but this is impacting how you create and what you create. There's a conflict there. So let's put these back. So one of the intentions you might want to set around this time with this Virgo new moon, in terms of what the reality that you create, the physical reality that you create, you might want to set an intention to remove any confusion, possibly. That's something. And obviously, oh, that was the card, wasn't it? This card, conflict, confusion. With this card, you might want to set intentions to clear any confusion away. I feel like I should put this somewhere, but there's nowhere to put it because I've got too much stuff on here now. Let me put it here at the bottom, because I really feel like this is such a relevant message. It just felt really important to share. And then now that that conflict, that 5 of Wands conflict card has come up, it feels even more relevant. Anyway, let's move on. Let's do the Queen of Wands. So that's your energy, or the collective's energy. I'd say there's a strong desire to be seen and to show up for a start. We've got Temperance. Anything else that will be helpful to us to understand? Right, we've got the Virgo card here actually, but I'll look at this one first. Yeah, that's spark. There is a spark there collectively of wanting to show up, wanting to be seen, wanting to pursue whatever it is you want to pursue. Knight of Pentacles there, that's the steps. Maybe you are willing and open to taking the steps to get whatever it is that you want. And Temperance, it can be moderation, it can be connection, it can be creation. For me, sometimes it does feel like another version of the Magician in a weird sort of way, but more, I would say, bringing the spiritual back down to earth kind of thing. So any dreams that you have, or desires that you have, it's alchemy, bringing things together to create reality. I mean, it's water, you've got water and fire. So the fire would be like the inspiration, the water would be the emotions, and then somehow you bring that back down to earth. Anything else for that? I think I'm getting desire from that Queen of Wands more than anything. And I was going to say desire for change is the Wheel of Fortune, and with the World. Desire to create change where you are valued, where you are seen. 10 of Pentacles again. And that would be the reality that you create, one that's abundant, whatever abundance means for you. I mean, yes, it could mean money. It could mean other things as well. It could be the location that you live in. Maybe you have certain dreams about where you want to live. You might have dreams about having a family. You might have dreams about a certain career path. You might have certain dreams about having certain friendship or social or community groups that you'd like to be a part of and develop as well. But yeah, overall, I'm getting a sense of desire here. But again, here, there's the conflict between what you want, maybe whether or not you think you can do it, potentially. I mean, you've got the options card there. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. Let's look at that 3 of Swords. So, 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, so I think that's the energy around you. I don't think it's another person. Anything else with that 3 of Swords? It could be past energy. I know this is probably an adult, but it kind of feels like a child in a weird way. And maybe not a literal child, but that vulnerable side of you that feels wounded when, or has been wounded through certain experiences. I'm just getting vulnerability from that. Anything else? Possibly fears of getting hurt. Maybe it's a fear of disappointment and getting hurt. I will take this one. Anything else? I would say it's potentially fears and worries and vulnerability around, and the Sun and the 6 of Wands together are about being, to me, would be about being seen, wouldn't they? I mean, success. The Sun can be about potential, happiness, success. The 6 of Wands is about success and being seen. The Sun sometimes for me does, especially with a card like that, and if it was with the Queen of Wands as well, would be about being seen. There may be fears about being seen. Maybe you feel that if you put yourself out there, for whatever it is that you want in whatever capacity, that it's not going to work the way you want it to. Anything else? Too many, far too many. Actually, it wasn't that many, it was only about 5, but let's do that again. Try that again. We've got Judgment, 6 of Pentacles, and the Chariot. So there is the potential that there may be a second opportunity or a second chance to do something here, to be seen in the way that you want to be seen, or show up in the way that you want to show up, in terms of how you give, the path that you choose, how you move forward. But there's definitely a sense of, I'm just getting vulnerability from that more than anything. Really getting a sense of vulnerability. And then Five of Pentacles is often seen as lack, isn't it? It may be that you feel that you don't have enough to give. Could be that you feel that what you have to give is not valuable. There was another thought that came in and I've completely lost that now. Yeah, it's gone now. Oh, about your decision making. Virgo, I did say Virgo is a sign of analysis. So maybe you there's something where you feel, and this came up, I think it was the Libra reading maybe, about the choices that you make. There may be a sense of lack in terms of the choices that you make. You don't know, maybe you feel like you don't make wise choices potentially. Okay, because judgment can be about it's review decisions, isn't it, as well? Judgments, good judgments, shitty judgments. Okay. So as I say, there may be a need to set intentions here about clearing away any confusion, any conflict, mental confusion, mental conflicts that prevent you from moving forward and showing up and being seen in the way that you want to. So let's look at the Seven of Pentacles and Nine of Cups. And to me, that is, I mean, it's pretty explanatory, self-explanatory. It goes with these concepts here of decisions about where you invest and how you invest in things that bring you pleasure. This is past energy. Let's have a look at that. Is there anything useful that we can learn from that? So I will take that. That's taking the lead, the Emperor. Anything else we can learn from that? Swords. So if it's about contemplating what in the past, what would bring you pleasure, rather than actually investing in something and it brought you pleasure, then I would say it's like you've needed to take the lead, but maybe you felt like you don't have the knowledge or the skills or something to follow through. But let's see what else comes up there. Which one was first? We'll have the Moon first. Seven of Wands, and I'll get another one for that as well. Okay. So that would be the confusion with the Moon. I mean, the King of Wands, they're bookending everything. I mean, King of Wands would be a leader as well, wouldn't he? Let's get a card just for that Seven of Wands. Okay, I was gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say with that Seven of Wands, is that you being defensive where you felt like others have. So it could be resistance and defensiveness where you felt, I mean, this can be sometimes defeat, but mental defeat, that's anxiety there, where these three cards connect to each other, where you felt like you don't have the knowledge, you're confused, you don't know what to do. You've been resistant or defensive because you don't feel like you have the knowledge, the experience, the skills or whatever. Or it could be a feeling, maybe you felt blocked from blessings, but it would be all in the mind. Or you just you felt blocked because you don't have a solution of how to move forward, how to take action, how to be that King of Wands or the Emperor in the things that would bring you pleasure and satisfaction. Let's get one more card for the overall, as an overall clarifier for this. Nine of Wands, struggle. You may have struggled. You may have struggled with this. You may have struggled to invest in things that make you feel good because of confusion, lack of knowledge, feeling blocked. But the Emperor energy is there and the King of Wands is there. So it suggests that you've had the capacity to do it. It's just like confusion and lack of whatever information, likely, or ideas on how to do it have gotten in the way of things in the past. I think the title of this video is going to be just plain confusion. Or maybe clearing the confusion, possibly, right? Six of Swords is, as I say, it's moving on towards peace, calmer waters, but I feel like there's a support there. And it may not be someone that you already know. It may be that's where we talked about somewhere in here about new alliances, finding new allies. Let's clarify that Six of Swords. I can see that we're going to have none of the clarifying deck left by the end of this. Page of Pentacles. I mean, that's been willing to learn, isn't it? And plant a new seed. So I would say you're probably moving on here from anything that you've done previously, or at least the way you've done it previously. Yeah, definitely moving on. And you are doing it based on how you feel as well with that King of Cups. You are probably more willing to take a risk now, whereas before you may have just felt really restricted and thought, I just can't, I just don't know how, I just can't do this, I just know what I'm doing. I mean, that's what came up in the confusion card, isn't it? About not knowing what you're doing, not knowing how to do it. I'll get one more, but I feel like this is the current energy as well, the present energy. Two of Cups again. Yeah, very much a sense of moving on and moving towards new beginnings, basing on how you feel with the King of Cups and Two of Cups, finding the thing that matches your energy, and how you feel and what you desire, whether it's people, situations, locations, whatever. So the Ten of Pentacles, future energy, I'd say that's what, if it's not a literal prediction, it could be a prediction, but it's what you're definitely working towards. You want something long-term abundance and stability now, not just, I think that's what you're trying to invest your time and energy in. You may have had experiences where you've had short-term periods where you thought, oh, this is great, and then maybe it went to shit, or maybe it didn't last. But now it's legacy energy where it's like, no, I'm sick of that. I want something that is long-term security, long-term satisfaction, maybe. So let's clarify that Ten of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, she's someone that she knows what's of value to her, and she invests in what's valuable, doesn't she? Try that again. Okay, you really wanted to come out, didn't you? Why are you in reverse, though? I might have to look at that individually. Anything else? I can't tell if this was in reverse or not, to be honest with you. I think it was in reverse, the Five of Wands again. And I would say that's about moving away from the... Okay, that's interesting, right? So this is in reverse, Six of Swords, and it's facing the Queen of Pentacles, which is what's of value. Behind it is the conflict. So that's probably, the way it came out is probably right. It's probably about moving towards... yes, and I know that it's in reverse, so that would suggest... not moving on or something, but the way I'm feeling about it is that it's more about moving towards what's of value, or at least figuring out how to move towards what's of value rather than towards conflict. So you've got the Knight of Cups there, that's following dreams. Knight of Wands, that's going on a new journey. I will get one more, although I don't really think there's anything to add to that. Seven of Swords to me here, it doesn't feel like lies, it just feels like being willing to take a risk. I mean, Eight of Cups is a risk as well when you think about it. If you're leaving things behind emotionally sometimes, I mean, there's always a moon in this card, and to me the person's facing the unknown. They're leaving things behind that weren't emotionally satisfying to get the Ninth Cup, but do they have a plan? Do they know where they're going? It's unlikely. They're just ready to go and pursue whatever it is. So it is a risk. So as I say, future energy, I would say you are at the very least moving towards long-term satisfaction, stability, things that you value, things that feel like your dream. Hopefully it's a prediction for you that that's what you'll get. But if not, then you're definitely moving towards it, if nothing else. So Two of Cups, I mean, that's the advice here is pursuing what matches your energy, what matches your emotions, what matches your cup. So let's get further clarification on that. Yep, Seven of Pentacles, that's where you invest, choosing what you invest in. Is it valuable to you? Is it meaningful to you? Does it match you and your energy? With the Death card, I would say that's telling you to do you are probably transforming. Allow yourself to transform and look at new perspectives. I mean, was there something in here? Use your imagination, do things differently if you need to do things differently. Queen of Wands, she's not afraid to be seen, and to be frank, to get what matches you, you have to show up, you have to be seen, you can't hide away. Whether it's that you're physically hiding away and gone into hermit mode. Yes, hermit mode can be good to figure things out, but you do kind of need to come out at some point. Whether it means physically hiding or just you're not really showing who you are because of fears maybe, or worries that things won't work out. Let's get another card for that. And that's what you need. You need to show up and be seen to get what matches you. The Star, to me, again, that it's, I mean, it is hope, it is wishes, but again, to me, it's a star, isn't it? It shines brightly. It's about being seen. Anything else? Ace of Swords. I mean, I would say that's clarity, but also it's being clear about who you are, about what you want. Anything else? And I'll probably say the classic corny tarot thing of speaking your truth as well with the Ace of Swords. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Anything else? And we got that speaker card in the beginning, didn't we? So definitely don't be afraid to speak up and share what you know, share who you are. High Priestess, and that's what you know, and so is the Queen of Wands. She knows what she knows. So as corny as it is about sharing your truth and sharing what you know and sharing who you are, the cards are saying it as well. So I can't argue with that, can I really? So yeah, the advice overall is to show up, be seen, share what you know, share who you are. Basically, allow the transformations to take place and be willing to invest your time and energy in things, even if there's no guarantee. I mean, obviously you don't want to invest in something that looks like it's very likely to be problematic, but be brave, I would say. Try and be brave and do something differently if you need to. Transform your reality, hopefully, with this guidance, if there's anything here that was helpful. I'm going to get a final card of advice from the postcards from Spirit deck. I really hope there was something useful in here. I mean, for me, the most useful part is that confusion message, because it was relevant to everything in a way. But let's get you a final message from this deck. And this one is a hard one to shuffle as well, so hopefully it won't take the candle out. But let's see. Please just one, because these messages can be quite long as well. I think about 10 wanted to come out then. Okay, we've got 2. That's fine. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Dear you, what is true for you? Can you be impeccable with your word? Sure you can. As long as it's not used to manipulate others, the truth can set everyone free. Let go of the results, let go of your fears, and allow the truth to empower you and others. This will set into motion a kind of change that will be supportive of you and loving and all kinds of prosperous. This is not a time to compromise and hide your truth from others. Whatever it is you want, go for it and be clear in your motives, especially with yourself. You will be so happy you did. This is a time where you will tap into the power to co-create and manifest your best life. Doesn't feel that feel amazing, and the results miraculous. When you tell the truth and ask for the same of others, you can learn a lot from life's bountiful lessons and achieve your dreams. Love you always. I did not expect that to be so relevant, I'll be honest with you, but yeah. So again, intentions, setting around clearing any confusion, so clarity, and also maybe you may want to set intentions around you having the courage or whatever to show up, or whatever it is you feel you need to show up and be seen and speak your truth. That may be an intention that you want to set as well. I'm not sure exactly how you want to word that, but you'll figure it out for yourself. So the second message says, Dearest you, we are sending you waves of love and joy as we watch you reap the rewards of your tenacity and faith. We know how long it has taken for you to reach some of your goals and that you've had disappointments along the way. Right now, we suggest you take a deep breath and fill yourself up with gratitude and tune into the vibration of well-being. Temporary conditions may be trying to hypnotize you into seeing something else as your reality, but we know that happy rewards are on their way to you even now. Change is the only constant, so be open to it. You will achieve your dreams and more. We promise. But more important, your happy rewards will be gathered up in the small moments, the gentle breezes, the soft kisses, and the quiet commitments. Your happiest moments will be on the journey itself, not in arriving at any destination. You are surrounded by so much love and care. Can you feel us? This message feels like the advice given in that confusion message about taking, committing to small steps, and it's the small steps that clear the confusion and change things. It's not about making one big right decision. That's what that feels like, where it says the quiet commitments. And the journey, talking about the journey itself. I know that can be frustrating sometimes, where you're trying to achieve something and you feel like you've been doing it forever, and then it's like, oh, it's all about the journey. You literally want to, well, I personally sometimes want to punch someone when I hear that, although I know that it's right, but it's annoying. It's about as annoying as hearing someone asking a question in a tarot reading and getting the bloody high priestess and someone says, oh, you already know the answer. It's annoying, but it is relevant. So hopefully that was helpful to someone out there. I know it is a very, very long reading, but I really hope there was something useful in it. As usual, share your comments if you feel like there's anything you want to share, just to get it off your chest, or if it may be useful to someone else, whatever you have to say. But thank you for watching the video. And as I said, your weekly check-in videos are up for each individual zodiac sign. They relate to the Virgo energy as well, but they're a lot shorter than this one. Thanks for watching again, and take care.